Africa is a rich continent, not poor. We must help empower the continent of Africa, the nations of Africa. All other people of the world realize that Africa is rich in so many ways, in the culture, which includes the music, the dance, the rhythms. We are a rich people. We must capitalize on it towards and for our own benefit instead of the benefit of others. George Bush had approved the establishment of what would have become known as AFRICOM, which would have been a permanent American military base located somewhere on the continent of Africa. I have often surmised that that location would be Somalia. And today we see all the bloodshed that is happening in Somalia and has been happening for the last 21 years. We are the ones who must change Africa. I'm talking about we who are in the diaspora. We must turn our attention to Africa. Africa's importance to the United States. Africa has the largest supply of oil and gas in the world. The continent does. It has the largest of the four most strategic metals in the world: chromium, cobalt, manganese, and platinum. It has the largest supply of the best gems and diamonds in the world. It is also a strong partner with China. China is by far the #1 investor in Africa. Why? It is because China needs Africa's raw resources in order to run its factories back home and in order to produce the finished goods that China is selling to America and the rest of the world, to the point that China is now the world's #1 exporter of goods in the world, passing the United States. American and British offensive in Iraq has turned attention to African oil. So therefore, America gets more oil from Nigeria than it does from Saudi Arabia. 47% of the liquid petroleum gas that comes to America comes here from Africa. The largest population of youth in the world is the African continent, not China. It's greater than the population of the Chinese youth. Nigeria's ships huge amounts of oil to the United States, and its percentage has increased while the percentage of oil that is shipped from the Persian Gulf to the United States has actually decreased. For example, in 2000, Nigeria shipped 16% of the oil that comes to America was coming from Nigeria. Now it is over 21%. By comparison, in 2000, 17% of the oil was Persian Gulf oil. And then in 2005, it had decreased to 16%, a drop of a full percentage point in oil that is coming to America from the Persian Gulf. Liberation is equated to economic power. When our minds are liberated, we achieve economic empowerment. And this is what must happen. We also have a social responsibility. Social responsibility also equates to economic empowerment. It was Oprah Winfrey who said at a Howard University commencement speech, she stated, "As you have been saved, so you must liberate others. When you walk this path of privilege, don't forget to the less fortunate or the less privileged." These are the words of Oprah Winfrey. Truth and service, which is the motto of Howard University, Truth and Service. Predator versus prey. A predator would be considered a lion. Let's take, for example, on the African plains, we have the lions and the wildebeest. The lion is the prey. The lion is the predator. The wildebeest is the prey. Building the case for the herd or individualism. The herd would be the wildebeest. Individualism is when a member of the herd strays off to the periphery of the herd. This is where the predator attacks. They will attack the young, the old, and those that stray away from the herd. A lion does not come into the herd and attack within the herd because it fears that it will be trampled under the feet of the herd. And this is the mentality that we as a people must have. So when we talk about integration, what we're talking about is divide and conquer, divide and rule. Now, am I promoting segregationists? No, I'm not promoting that. But what I am promoting is that you do not integrate in your mind or in your thinking when it is disadvantageous to your causes, disadvantageous to your economic empowerment, to your social empowerment. You do not and you must not do that. So the lion and the wildebeest. If a weak or a young wildebeest is attacked, sometimes what you will see the older or the elder of the wildebeest come back and attack the lion in order to try to save the young. We must reach back and save our youth from the jaws of the predators right here in the United States. It was Bill Cosby who recently stated, we've got to really speak to parents in a way they can understand that the prison system is smiling, waiting on your child. The prison system is an example of the predator. They come to kill, to steal, and to destroy. This is what's happening to our youth in America today, in Jamaica today, in the Dominican Republic today. All around the world we see these things happening, and we are the ones who must address this and who must change this. And it must happen with all of us, and we must all work together to do it. Now, on the topic of the predator, South Africa, the image of America's motive for genocide. What is the greatest active danger to all black people? Wouldn't you like to know? P.W. Botha, who is the former president of South Africa, he stated, make sure that black men are separated from their women and fines imposed upon married wives who bear illegitimate children. The words of P.W. Botha.
Now I know who's in the mirror looking back at me. For my mind is like the flowers in the spring, blooming and renewing in beauty and peace. My heart is like